Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome to Atari A to Z Anthology. In this series we'll be looking at the Atari 2600 output of Activision, Imagic and Absolute Entertainment, as chronicled in the various Activision Anthology releases for various platforms. As much as I like those collections though, emulation has come a long way in terms of accuracy since they were released, and as such we'll be looking at the games using the most up-to-date emulators, and foregoing some of Activision Anthology's more gimmicky features such as the special projection modes it was possible to play the games in. The focus here is very much on the games themselves, because back in the heyday of the Atari 2600, an Activision, Imagic or Absolute Entertainment badge was almost always a guarantee of a quality release. Almost always, anyway. Today's game is Bridge, released in 1981 by Activision and developed by founding member Larry Kaplan. This title is regarded as one of Activision's least popular titles due to a combination of its graphical simplicity and its assumption that players already understand how to play the real-life game of contract bridge. That said, Bridge has been one of the most popular card games in the world for many years, and a big part of the Atari 2600's appeal in the early days was its ability to provide the experience of playing board, card and parlour games without needing other human beings to be involved. Indeed, Activision's Bridge only allows the single player to compete against two computer-controlled opponents with a similarly computer-controlled partner on their team. Bridge, for the unfamiliar, is a trick-taking game in which two teams of two, each sitting across the table from one another, attempt to win as many tricks as possible. Each game begins with an auction of sorts, with players bidding to determine how many tricks they believe they're likely to take, along with which, if any, of the suits are determined to be trumps. Bids take the form of a number and a suit. The number indicates the number of tricks more than 6, known as the book, that a player believes the team will be able to take between them, and the suit indicates which suit they wish to be trumps. Suits have rankings, with clubs being the lowest, then diamonds, then hearts, then spades. This means that a bid of 2 spades beats a bid of 2 hearts, for example. Both mean that in order to fulfill their contract, the team will need to win a total of 8 tricks, 6 for the book and 2 odd tricks on top of that. Once bidding has concluded, which is determined by 3 players passing in a row, the game begins in earnest. Players take it in turns to play cards to the table, and play passes around in sequence. Each player must follow suit if possible, and after all 4 players have played a card, the highest card which followed suit, or which was of the trump suit, wins the trick. Play continues until everyone's hand of 13 cards has been depleted, at which point it's determined if the team who won the bid have fulfilled their contract or not. Scores are then awarded accordingly, and the cycle repeats. Larry Kaplan, developer of Activision's Bridge, had been an enthusiast of the real-life game since high school, but often had difficulty finding enough people to play a real game. To that end, he developed Bridge for the Atari 2600 to provide a means for people to enjoy the game without needing other human companions. Kaplan estimates that his version of Bridge has over 500 million different hands, and claims that during testing his team didn't see the same hand twice. He also notes that the point of the game isn't necessarily to win or beat it, but rather to simply have fun exploring the many possibilities the game offers. So with all that in mind, let's go play Bridge. Okay, here we are with Bridge, or Bridge's instruction manual. You have in your possession the ultimate solitaire bridge game. Bridge by Activision TM deals you hundreds of millions of hands at random, provides you a computer partner who bids by the rules, and even plays as your opponents after you've established a contract. You can play the same hand over and over again until you're satisfied, or keep dealing until you find a hand you want to play. Best of all, you'll never be without a game with Bridge by Activision. Look inside to see how it's done. A note to beginning Bridge players. Bridge by Activision was designed for people who already know how to play the game. It won't teach you the basics. You'll want to read a good instructional book or take some classes for that. But it will give you virtually unlimited opportunities to practice what you learn and sharpen your game at your own pace. Yeah, so this is important. It does not tell you how to play Bridge in this instruction manual. Even though Bridge is a relatively straightforward game, once you know the basic rules, it does not teach you how to play Bridge in this manual. So, yeah. This may be one contributing factor as to why this was one of Activision's less popular games, because it assumed knowledge, which makes a certain amount of sense, because also adaptations of things like chess and checkers and so on also assume that knowledge. But thinking about it, I'm pretty sure that all of the manuals for those games actually incorporated the rules for those games as well. So, yeah. Anyway. Select your game. Select your game with the game select switch. The game number will appear at the top center of the screen. If you want to bid and play, so game 1, game 2, game 3, Those are the amount of points you need to get, presumably. Or if you want to play without bidding, so you just set the contract directly, you can do that. And yeah, the rest of this is basically just how the features of the game work. So here we are is with the obligatory page from the game designer. So how Bridge by Activision can help you sharpen your game. Tips from Larry Kaplan, designer of Bridge. Larry Kaplan has been playing Bridge since high school. Like most of us, he frequently has had the experience of not being able to find a fourth, let alone a second or third, to play Bridge. He has solved this problem with Bridge by Activision TM. Larry is a senior member of the Activision design team and a veteran video game designer. Our game, like Bridge with cards, has millions of possible hands. I calculate that our computer can deal over 500 million different hands. None of us in the design group has yet seen the same hand twice, and we play almost every day. I can't give you tips on how to beat the game because the point isn't to beat it. Its purpose is to let you have fun running through a wide variety of bidding and playing situations with your choice of minimum partnership point counts, playing and replaying as many hands as you want without having to gather up other players to practice. Many people who have tried Bridge by Activision say that it can help partners better understand each other's bidding and interpretation of the point count system. Some of you may quarrel with some of my computer playing rules, but I tried to adjust the computer bidding and playing to reflect the way a vast majority of players would react. Bridge is a wonderfully flexible game, and most players develop their own style of bidding and playing. That's part of the fun of it. I hope you enjoy our game of Bridge. I'd love to hear from you with your comments. Good luck. Yeah, every time I read this, I just can't help but wondering, did anyone write to Activision? Did anyone actually write a letter to Activision to say, "Dear Larry Kaplan, I really enjoyed your game of Bridge. I thought it was excellent, but I did quarrel with your computer players." Oh, I would love to. I would love to know that. Anyway, let's just check how the controls work. Playing a hand in Bridge by Activision is like playing any game of Bridge. After the opening lead, you control the play of both hands on the table, whether north, your partner, or south, you is dummy. The computer plays east and west in proper order. Yes, so you basically play both you and your partner using the dummy rules. When the card you want to play is flashing, push the joystick button. The card's number and suit will now appear in the middle of the screen. So yeah, this is fairly abstract and not very graphical. But we'll take a look. We'll see how it goes. I've actually brushed up a little bit on how to play Bridge before doing this, just so I have at least a vague idea of what I'm doing. But we'll see, I guess. Use the left difficulty switch to determine whether your partner's hand is visible during the bidding. A displays both your hand and your partner's, and B displays your hand only. Use the right difficulty switch after you've played a hand to see what your opponent's held. Okay. Cool. Well, let's give it a go. Right, so here we are with Bridge. Let's just go with the default settings to begin with. Press the button to begin, presumably. Game reset. Alright, so it shuffles up the cards. We then have to determine what we want to bid to begin with. So, let's figure out what we've got. I think we probably want the clubs to be trumps because we've got a lot of those. And then we've got a load of diamonds, although not many high value ones. So I reckon it's got to be 6 plus whatever you bid. So I'm going to say 2 clubs. I'm going to be cautious. They bid 2 hearts. I don't really want hearts to be trumps unless they've got a lot of hearts. If I use the difficulty switch, I should be able to see what they've got, shouldn't I? So there we go. Oh, he does have a lot of hearts. Okay. Okay, so that can work for me. I'm going to pass there. Alright, so East has played a 4 of diamonds. So I can easily win that with a king or an ace from North. So I'm just going to play a 3 for now. They play 3. Oh, they play 3 of hearts, which is trumps. Now I could trump him. Does trumps always win? I can't remember. I think it does, doesn't it? So if that's the case, it's a waste to play the ace or the king, isn't it? Because trumps are going to win. So if I just play 2, yeah, there we go. So trumps wins there. Okay, that was sensible. Right, onward. 3 of clubs. I've got ace, king, and jack there, so I'm just going to play 5 from north. He's got a queen, so I can win that by playing a king. There we go. 1 for me. And you see in the top left corner, it shows how many below our contract we are. So at the moment, we're -7 off our contract. We've taken 1 trick, so that means we're down from -8 to -7. Okay, what should we do next? I mean, I can go straight out there and play that ace. Let's do that. Ace. And then he plays his 8. And I take that. Lovely. Right, diamonds. He's got an ace and a king. So if I play a 6... Oh, he's trumped it. He's trumped it with a 6. So if I... Oh no, I've got to play diamonds, haven't I? Shit. Oh well, it is what it is. That's the risk you take. So he's playing 9 of clubs. I can now trump that with that. Oh, he's beaten me again. Bloody hell. However, I could... Oh, I can't play that because I've got clubs. Well, let's just get rid of the crap cards. Okay, 7 of diamonds. We've got an ace and a jack. So I'm going to toss out the 8 for now. And then win that with the... Oh, the trumps! They keep getting me. Ace of spades. Well, we're not going to beat that, are we? So... Chuck out the crap. 7 of clubs. I can beat that with a trump. Let's go for 10. That's so upsetting. Running out of cards. Right, can definitely trump that with an 8. So we'll take that. Thank you very much. Let's now go for 9 of spades. And a king of spades. Another one for us. Thank you very much. Jack of clubs. No point trumping that, is there? So I'll just toss that out. Oh, he trumped it though. I should have trumped it. Oh, unbelievable. I can't win now. 10 of diamonds. Jack of diamonds. 10 of spades. 9 of hearts. 1 for me. It's got to be that then, hasn't it? 2 shorts. Alright, now I believe we can play that whole hand again if we just press P, like that. Is that the same hand? Or is that a different hand? I think that might be a different hand. Yes, it is, because I've not got any hearts. Okay, so let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high cards. I'm going to go with 2 of clubs again. Fine, you go with 3 of clubs. I'm cool with that. Right, got to get 9. Alright, he's got diamonds and he's played 10. So I think we're going to go boop with ace and 4 there. And that's 1 for us. Thank you. Right, next up. Let's go for 3 of diamonds there. He's got a 7. If we play a queen, because he only played a 10 before, hopefully no one's got anything. Hopefully no one's got the ace of diamonds. They haven't. Good. See, I know how to play bridge. If I play king of diamonds, that would be another easy one, wouldn't it? Probably. Unless they trump it. Don't trump it. Please don't trump it. Thank you. Marvellous. Right. Okay, I've only got terrible spades. So I'm going to just go ace of spades. And then toss those crap ones. There we go. We're doing much better this time, aren't we? Let's go queen of spades. I don't think anyone's played king of spades yet, have they? Jack doesn't beat that, so let's play 6. Oh, he's got the king. Damn it. Curses. 4 of hearts. Okay, we can trump that. We've got a pretty broad mix of trumps, actually. So I can probably... I'll go with 8. And then I have to go with that. Okay, it's okay. We still get the thing. Alright, so let's go 4 spades. He's just tossed that. So 9 of spades beats that. And lovely, lovely. This is going pretty well. This is actually going pretty well. Let's go with queen of hearts, because we've got the king of hearts. Can't remember if anyone's played the ace of hearts yet, though. Let's take a risk. Queen of hearts, 2 of hearts. We can trump it anyway, so let's just trump it with the 3 of clubs. Lovely stuff. And then 7 of spades, because we're going to trump this, because we haven't got any more spades. Can we trump it with a 5, do you reckon? Let's take a risk. No. It's okay. We only need 2 more to get our contract. So, let's go with the 8. Oh no, he's gone with clubs. Curses. I can't beat that, so have a 4. Have a 4. 2 of clubs. I can beat that. But I have to play it, don't I? So jack for you and queen for you, and that saves me the king. I've got to win 1 more hand. Let's go with king of hearts. And let's toss that. Oh, he trumped it. Bollocks. Still, this should hopefully win it. Yes. There we go. All right. There we go. So that's basically how this game works. And the other variations are just being able to see what your opponents had. So there's east. These are our hands, north and south. And then that's east at the top and west at the bottom, presumably. So you can see what they had. And yeah, that's how that works. There's not really much else to show you there. But if you like bridge, this seems like a perfectly solid adaptation of it that you can have some fun with. A good means of practicing your basic skills at the game before taking on some real people. I mean, it's perfectly competent. It's no frills, yes. But it does have a much nicer colour scheme than some of Atari's old sort of casino-style games. Although I guess sort of the green background in things like Blackjack and Casino was entirely appropriate. But that's quite a pleasing look. That sort of blue and white and red and white, and that was white twice, wasn't it? And black. Yeah, that's a nice, appealing look for a game screen. And a decently fun adaptation of bridge. So it is what it is. Anyway, that's enough of that for now. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.